All right, there we go. All right, so welcome to our cooking class. Tonight, I'm going to start before I shoot it over to Vonnie Hopkins. And I'm going to actually use our microwave stack cooker. So our microwave stack cooker, I'll tell you a little bit about it, but I'll even tell you more later. So tonight what I'm going to use, you can see the stack cooker here to my left. It's a beautiful peacock color. We just actually changed that color, so that's our newest. And this is probably the most versatile piece of Tupperware in our catalog because it's something that you can cook single meals with, but you can also cook full stacked meals. And a little bit of background noise. Denise, if you could mute that would be great. So what I'm going to do is I will post this recipe for you, and I'll actually post it on our studio page because some of you as customers can't get to our Bravo page. So I'm going to mute you, Joanna. There we go. There we go. All right. So let me start with, if you know any firemen or first responders like police, you ask them, what do they eat first? They eat their dessert first because a lot of times they're not around for it. So I'm going to make my dessert first. And it is actually going to go in the 3/4 quart of the stack cooker. So you're going to see this breaks down into several pieces. So I'm going to use the 3/4 quart. This recipe I will post for you as well on our Tupperware studio page. To save time tonight, I have prepped some of our things, and I'm going to recommend you do that if you work or you're taking care of family members. Meal prepping is, the longest part of putting a meal together. And that's why some people will give up and then they'll spend money on fast food. And you don't want to do that. Fast food is very unhealthy for you and it's expensive. So my encouragement is if you can meal prep and even double up, that will help you in the kitchen and to make your meals easier. So what I've done is I've taken 2 medium apples, I've cored them, and I've peeled them with our universal peelers. And I'm using Granny Smith's tonight because Granny Smith will actually hold up in the cooking, and it'll still have a nice crunch and hold its apple slice, so to speak, and not become mush. So that's why I use the Granny Smith. You can use whatever you like. So I did 2 of those. And then to meal prep these ahead of time, you can put them in a little bit of water with a tad of lemon juice. And then when you're ready to use them, like I just did now, you drain the water and they won't turn brown on you. We're going to cover them with a little caramel. So this is a 1/4 cup of caramel, like ice cream topping. So you'd find this right where you find the ice cream cones and the sprinkles and things of that sort. 2 tablespoons of water and 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Shake that well, and then you're going to pour that right over top of your apples. All right, and that is so pretty. And of course, I want every bit out, so I'm going to hold it here for a second because it's the caramel, it's the good part. And then on top of that, the topping is very much like a crumble topping. You're going to use a little bit of flour, 1/3 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of butter that's softened. And what I did with that is I just put it in the bowl. And then once you have all those in there, you're going to take your fork or a masher, and you're just going to blend that all together into crumbles, just like you would a topping for a cobbler or something of that sort. So it's now crumbled up into, let me show you what that looks like up close. So it's just in crumbles, so to speak. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it right over top of the apples. And of course you want every bit of this. Flour, sugar, butter, cinnamon. So good. All right, and just push it right on top. And that is it. So let me show you what that looks like up close, just because some of you are on your phones tonight. It may be hard to see. You see that? So very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. All right, next, we're going to do our side dish. Our side dish. So our side dish, I'm going to use the 3-quart part of our stack cooker. So you can see there's nice big handles on this, fantastic as far as the size. And in the bottom tonight, a lot of times I do a rice, a nice seasoned rice, but tonight I felt like potatoes. I'm in a potato mode these days. I showed potatoes at our meeting last night, so I'm like, I just want more potatoes. So depending what mood you're in, you could do any type of side dish in the bottom of this. So I've taken, you want 3 to 4 russet potatoes. You want to peel them, again, using our universal peeler, and rinse them, putting them into the 3-quart. And then we're going to just salt and pepper these. So a little bit of salt and pepper. How many of you remember your salt and pepper shakers your grandmother had or your mother had, right? And you're like, oh, I remember those. Well, we still have those in Tupperware, and it's a coveted piece in most people's homes. So we're going to put that little bit of salt and pepper in there, and let me show you what that looks like. See, just potatoes cut up. All right, and then what I'm going to do is take and add just about a 1/4 cup of water. So did I get a 1/4 cup of water? And I'm going to grab the chicken. So let me put some water in this and grab the chicken. Good deal. And my chicken is in the refrigerator. So for the chicken on this, you want to use a boneless, skinless chicken breast, a boneless, skinless chicken breast. And you can buy chicken tenders if they're on sale. That's typically what I'll grab because then you don't have to cut them. And I like them in slices, so that's how I basically do it. But this now is going to be the center part of our stack cooker. So the capacity of this is about a 1 3/4. So you can see we have the 3/4, the 1 3/4, and then the 3/4. For this dinner, it's Italian seasoned chicken over a mixed vegetable. So you can buy any type of mixed vegetables. You could actually use a fresh vegetable. But this is a busy mom's cooking class tonight, right? You're busy, you're working, you're trying to keep everything rolling, and you're trying to avoid that fast food, right? Avoid all that sodium and big portions. This is when you can give yourself permission to use a bag of frozen vegetables and not fresh ones. So tonight what I bought was a vegetable medley. It has cauliflower, little zucchini, has some squash in it. It's just a nice blend of vegetables. Some nights I use straight broccoli. You could use cauliflower, but I like this because it's really colorful and pretty. So on top of that, we're going to take and put our chicken, and it's going to lay right on top of those partially thawed vegetables. So to make the chicken, you see my okay, I hope you can still see this, the master grater shredder. I'm actually going to use about say, I'm going to guess maybe about a 1/4 cup, I would say, of Parmesan. Now I want to encourage you tonight as you watch this and you think, well, I've never bought Parmesan in a block. I want to encourage you to always buy it. Don't buy it already pre-shredded. It's much more expensive. It's a little unhealthy for you because they coat it. Where this Parmesan, and let me show you what it looks like. This is so beautiful. Look at that. So beautiful, and it smells delicious. And watch from this one small block, when I put it in my master grater, watch how much comes out of this. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be like, what? From that one little square. Look at this. I have our fine cone on it to shred it. So it's going to be just little pieces like snow. In fact, some of you are still in snow. I checked, my Colorado friends still have some snow. So think of this as snow. All right, now look at how much Parmesan I got from this. Let me turn my camera. Is that amazing? Can you see it? Look at that. So quite a bit. So that is about a quarter cup. And you're going to take that quarter cup of fresh Parmesan that you grated, right? And know that it's less expensive to buy like that. It's fresher, it tastes, I mean, the smell of it right now is just delicious. So we're going to take that. We're also going to add to that some Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. So this is like a Progresso Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. You actually could make your breadcrumbs if you choose to do that as well. Again, for our busy moms, I'm showing you already buying them and having those. So basically that is breadcrumbs and Parmesan. Next, we're going to take our chicken breasts and we're going to coat them in a little bit of mayonnaise. And what this will do is it'll actually hold the crust of the breadcrumbs and Parmesan onto the chicken. All right, so again, be very careful of cross-contamination when you're working with chicken with this. So you don't want to kind of cross-contaminate. So be very careful as you put your mayonnaise on. I went ahead and pre-bolted or pre-measured it just so that I wouldn't stick a spoon back into the mayonnaise. Once you have your mayonnaise covering the chicken, you can see that, we're going to dip it into the breadcrumb mixture. And I'm sorry for my voice, it's kind of going crazy tonight. It's because of all those Zooms today. That I know you can still hear me and understand, right? So I'm just coating each side. You can use your chicken breasts whole. I like to cut them. I literally took a chicken breast and sliced it right on the side. So there's one. Let's do the next one. And then I'll bring it close so you can see what it looks like. This is the other part of that. Let's put some mayonnaise on it to use as our binder. Again, you actually can use a non-fat mayonnaise if you wish to do that. You probably use a Miracle Whip, an avocado mayonnaise. That's actually what I like to use quite a bit at home these days, is that avocado oiled one. This one is Hellman's though, so just a regular mayonnaise. And I'm coating it and then putting it right on top of the vegetables. Let's do the next one. So you're going to use, whoops, almost forgot to put mayonnaise on it. You're going to use, I'm going to say about 4 boneless breasts or 3 big ones, or as much as you want, okay? And you just want to coat them. It's Bill and I for dinner, so I know for us, I don't need a lot. I just, I will not enhance the recipe. I'll try to stick right with it. There we go. Oh, it looks wonderful and it smells delicious. Oh, let's do one more just for fun. One more just for fun. Is there fun in chicken breast? That's what I want to know. And it's St. Patty's Day, right? So a lot of you are probably eating corned beef and Reuben sandwiches today. If you're celebrating, hopefully you all have your green on for sure. So if this is your first night joining us, just know that we're going to be doing this every Wednesday night at 6:30. It'll always be the same link unless something happens that we do have to switch links, but you'll have the link, and if you pop on, and maybe we can give you some ideas for making dinner for your family or for your parties, and give you some new cooking ideas. How about that? All right, on top of my coated seasoned chicken breasts, laying on top of the semi-thawed vegetables, not completely thawed, I'm going to put some paprika. Now, when you use your paprika, I prefer just regular paprika and not smoked. But again, if you like that smoky flavor, feel free to put it on top of this. But I just like regular on this. And these are our spice shakers. Our spice shakers are fantastic. They have a side that you can spoon out, yet you can shake as well. And I'm just decorating it like this. So let me show you how pretty this looks. I know that you are going to wish you were near me because isn't that gorgeous? So again, I'm on the center container of the stack cooker. It's a 1 3/4 quart. These are frozen vegetables. You can use any melody that you like, whether it's just plain broccoli or broccoli and cauliflower. Tonight you can see there's some squash and carrots in it. It's going to be delicious. And then I took chicken breasts. You can leave them whole. I just prefer to cut them in half because chicken breasts are so huge these days. I've coated them in mayonnaise and then rolled them in Parmesan and Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Dusted the top of them with paprika. You like that? Does that look pretty good? Oh, you just wait. The best is yet to come, right? The best is yet to come. Now, the reason I thought tonight when I was picking out my menu for you is when we are busy, and we're all busy, and we all have 24 hours. It's not like one person has more hours or less hours. You do have to plan, but I'm going to encourage you that if you plan ahead on your grocery shopping and your food prepping, you will save time and you will save money and calories. And that's the thing that for us as parents, we got to watch our calorie intake. For children, we got to make sure we're giving them a very healthy dinner. So what I've just put together in front of your eyes in a matter of 12 minutes is starting with our dessert first. This is going to be a caramel apple streusel. It has the caramel sauce on it and then a flour, sugar, cinnamon, and butter crumble topping. So that's there. The next one I did was potatoes. Again, a lot of nights I do rice with this. I just cubed up potatoes. I salt and peppered them. Once they're cooked, I'm gonna mash them. And I don't know, I'm a person that I like to mash almost with forks, with a fork, because I like chunky potatoes, but you can mash them however you like. And then our main course is our Italian seasoned chicken on the vegetables. What you're gonna do is make all of these. You're gonna nest them or stack them into each other. So into the potatoes, on the top of that is my vegetables and chicken. And on top of my vegetables and chicken is my dessert. Look at that. That is your meal. That is your main course, your vegetables, your side dish, and your dessert. The most important part of the meal to me is that dessert right there. You can make this ahead of time and have it in the refrigerator. It does come with seals that you can actually go ahead and have everything made up and put your seal on top of it. And when your kids come home from school, you don't want them lighting the gas on the stove. Instead, you could say, pull out the stacked cook food out of the refrigerator, nest it all together, and put it in the microwave for 30 minutes. Because I'm sure if you're like me, you allow your children to turn on the microwave. You do not want them playing with the stove, right? So this is just an easy, make ahead, taste good dinner. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put it in the microwave for 30 minutes, let it cook, and then at the end of our cooking class, you're gonna be able to see and taste it. So let me get that in. There, that's how easy. Should I throw some flour on my face? And the answer, to make it look a little harder, right? So if you have a Tupperware catalog, you want to look up our stack cooker. There's a whole spread to it. It's a masterpiece that Tupperware has created. It has been in our catalog over 30 years. So think of my age. Anyhow, 30 years in our catalog. This is a product that is so versatile and you will love it. So let me just kind of recap some of the things before we shoot out to Vonnie. In the stack cooker, you're going to actually get 5 pieces, all right? Starting with the 3/4 quart. And this can be inverted to make your side dish or your desserts. You have that, nice big handles. It can become the cover as well. Next was the 3/4 or 1 3/4 quart that I had the chicken in. So that went there. And then the 3/4. So hopefully my camera is showing these pretty good for you. These are the 3 pieces, but the stack cooker comes with so much more. It actually comes with a colander, and the colander fits into either of the pieces. So if you were making something that you wanted to drain while you were cooking, you could use this. The cover, so what's nice about it, let's say you're doing some vegetables, you can put your colander in, and then you can put your cover like this, and now you have it. Most of the time when I'm going to use my colander is for when I am cooking a ground beef or even a ground turkey. You can put your beef in here. So for example, if I'm going to start a spaghetti sauce or a chili, I'm going to do my ground beef in the stack cooker in the colander first, because all that grease and fat is going to come out of the colander into the bowl, and therefore you're not going to eat it. And I will promise you, ladies, the first time you make ground beef in the stack cooker with your colander and you see what goes down into the bottom, you will never do it on the stove again, because this way you're going to pitch it. You do it on the stove, you're going to consume it, and that is not a pretty sight. Okay, I'm not going to make you sick tonight, but I'm going to tell you it's not a pretty sight. So that is where I use this. I also do bacon in mine, and there's so many people that are like, you're not allowed to do bacon, you're allowed all this stuff, but here's what I do know. Tupperware has a lifetime warranty on this product. If it would ever crack, break, chip, or peel, they're going to replace it, right? So this is not for when my family wants a pound of bacon, but the days that I want to make a BLT, or I need a couple pieces of bacon for a dip or something like that, I can take my bacon, put it in here, microwave it for a few minutes, and the grease falls to the bottom and my bacon is perfect, right? The colander is also used when I'm making shrimp. Gosh, I remember the days when I used to cook shrimp on my stove with a little Old Bay seasoning. You got it? I'm sure you've done this. Your whole house smells like shrimp for 3 days. When you do it here, you will notice there's not as much scent in the house, so it really makes it great. So your colander actually comes with the stack cooker. And then you get the cone. So the cone goes into our 3-quart just like this. And what it does is it becomes a bundt pan. Let me come up closer so you can see it. There it is. It fits right into it. There's a raised edge in the center. It'll actually sit right on top of it. It becomes a bundt pan. So you can make cakes. You can make your monkey bread. That's what I make my monkey bread in. And what the cone does is allow those microwaves to be able to get to the center of the food. When you are microwaving, those microwaves that are kind of bouncing around in your microwave, so to speak, based on friction, they can't travel but 1.5 at the very most 2 inches. And so sometimes, have you ever made something and you found part of it to be not cooked or cold in the center of the bowl or whatever it is that you put in? That's because those microwaves are only 1.5 inches long. So by using the cone, it allows the microwaves to get down through the cone and into the food all different directions. So this is fantastic. You can make cakes in this in a matter of minutes, less than 10, right? Easy cake is adding a can, and I say pop. Okay, so you're like, now where is she from? So I'm from the Northeast, and I know my Michigan friends say pop as well, but you take a can of soda and cake mix and you put it together and you can have any kind of cake. In fact, for St. Patrick's Day, it's really fun to make a green one, right? So that's kind of neat. But the other thing that you can use your cone for is when you're making a happy chicken, and that is you can actually sit your chicken on top of this, and it goes in the cavity, and therefore it'll hold your chicken. So when you make a chicken, you can take a whole chicken, clean it out. Most of the time, I like to stuff my chicken with a carrot, celery, onion, whatever I have on hand, season it on top. What I really prefer on my chicken is the Italian seasoning. This is a seasoning blend that you make at home. It's a do-it-yourself. And I will post this recipe on our studio Facebook page so that you can make it at home. You can go into your grocery store, buy your seasonings, exactly what you need for this recipe and put it together, and you will love it. And it's a fantastic one. So that one's called the Italian herb, and I will post that recipe tonight. And our studio page, just in case I don't come back to it, is called Tupperware Studio Spring. Ask your consultant, she can tell you how to find it, and I will post the recipe there for them. So what I do with my chicken, clean it out, I shove in the cavity, whatever I want, the onion, the carrot, I dust it with the seasoning, I put the cover on, and you're talking a good 30, 35 minutes. Again, it kind of depends on your microwave, but you will have an entire rotisserie chicken in minutes. Ladies, this will be a game changer for you. You will never buy one of those rotisserie chickens again that are sitting, that's old chicken, never really cleaned out satisfactory, probably to your liking, and it's been sitting there all day. You can always make your chicken in this. Couple other things. This product is a product that does not stain and does not break. In fact, you know, if I clanged it together, and I'm not going to do that and hurt your ears, but I think you get the point. This is a very durable product that does not stain and does not break. So you'll love this, making your spaghetti sauce in it in the microwave, making your chili in it, making your soups in it, because it doesn't stain. And you have the seals to go with it. So in finishing up, let me just show you how these come together with your seals. You could pre-make something, put your seal on it, put it in the refrigerator. All right, you have that ready to go. When you're not using this product, of course, it is dishwasher safe, and you can nest it all together like this. You can even put your cover upside down if you want to do that, and it is ready to be stored, so it doesn't take up any room at all. So the microwave stack cooker is fantastic. This product is $119. When you host a party, you can get it for free, or using your half off credits, which is terrific and what we encourage you. And I brought this out just to show you because I think it kind of goes hand in hand with it. And this is our micro pitcher, and it's a 2-piece set. You have a 1 cup and a 2 cup capacity. And I know the lighting doesn't give you the visual that I'm going to tell you about as well as you should be able to see it. There's actually your measurements are etched on the side of it, all the way up to 2 cups. So that's really cool. A nice big handle that you can put your hand in. And because you get 2 of the measuring cups, you can Vonnie warned us of her little dog. All right, so you have the measuring cup here and with your measurements, milliliters and cups, but you also have them on the small one. And then the advantage of this smaller one, the 1 cup capacity, is there are circles on the bottom of it, and you can't see it from the camera tonight. But when you have this sitting on your countertop and you look down, as you're pouring, say, vanilla or vinegar or oil, it'll actually show you where you're at, a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. So it's a built-in measuring spoon right in the bottom of this. They nest when you're not using them, but when you're using them, they also complement each other and become a pitcher set to give you a cover and the base, which is terrific. You will love this, and it is in the peacock color, goes very, very nicely. This set is $29. I promise you, you're going to use it. I keep this in the drawer in my kitchen at home because I do everything from watering the plants to melting my chocolate in it. It's fantastic. And then the last piece of Tupperware I want to kind of accent before we jump out to Vonnie's is showing you the universal peeler set. You can see it's a set of 2 here. The universal peeler set is fantastic. You can peel from your potatoes, your apples, but it also has a serrated edge. So for things like tomato or kiwi, you have the round cutter on the side to take out the eyes of the potato, which you want to remove. But this side, what Tupperware did was they added, do you guys remember our old-fashioned citrus peelers? Did you ever go to a party and you got a citrus peeler, or your mom had one? And basically it was a long stick, right? And you use it in an orange. Well, Tupperware's actually attached that to our universal peeler, so it's all in one. So what you would do is you would take your orange and you hold it. I'm a right-handed, so I'd hold the orange with my left. And you take this sharp end and you just score the orange. You go around once and then around the other side, and then you're able to pull off that skin and rind. Just so easy. Let me show you this up close. The universal peelers, you get actually a set of 2. Let me turn the light. Can you see that? That is your built-in. I'm trying to make it so the light can bounce on it. Maybe the red is easier. So you get a set of 2. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right, so fantastic. So these are a must-have in the kitchen. And again, I like it because you can buy one for you and then give one as a gift, or have 2. Like tonight, I used it on the apples, I used it on the potatoes, and actually had a salad earlier, and I used it on my carrots. So fantastic. Let me tell you one more feature that they did with the universal peeler. And this is something I have been very fond of, having an herb garden at my house. And I don't have this big area. I actually use clay pots for it. And it's just great. Fresh herbs really make your food come to life. You can buy them at the grocery store for anywhere from $1.50 to $5 for a little container of basil, of oregano, of thyme, things like that. And so, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at these circles. Those are not just for decorations. That is actually so that you can take your herb, and let's say it's thyme, and you're going to take the what is that called? Brain dead. Anyhow, you're going to take your thyme and you're going to put the stem, that big word that I couldn't remember, put the stem, and you pull it. And when you pull it, all the leaves of the oregano or thyme fall off. It is fantastic. That was an addition on these. So very excited when we just launched these about a year ago. Again, a set of 2 for $19. So I love that. And I think you'll very much enjoy them. So while my dinner is cooking, we're going to go to Vonnie. Now, tomorrow is a special day. Today was St. Patty's Day, right? That's why we're all wearing green. But tomorrow is Incredible Kids Day. Incredible Kids Day, I mean, we all have incredible kids in our lives, right? So Vonnie is going to show you how to treat the most incredible kid in your life, how to make a soup mug cake for them. So Vonnie, I'm going to pass the microphone to you while my dinner cooks in the microwave.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We are here a lot of times. Well, my name is Vonnie Hopkins, for those of you who don't know, but here to show you one of our great recipes that you can help. For me, I help my grandchildren make, or let them make their own cakes. So with it being Kids Day tomorrow, then I brought a few things together and have whatever the cake mix you would like to use. I have right now a yellow cake mix. And I also have a frosting, and they love the confetti frosting. So you see the frosting with the confetti and the top of it. And the recipe that I have now, I used to do it a different way. I would get the whole batter of the cake mix, as it says on the back of the box, and I would mix it up in our That's a bowl. But I found out we didn't use all of the cake at once because I have 3 grandchildren and it can make up to 4 cakes. So I have a recipe that I will be posting later that shows you how to make the Crystal Wave soup mug cakes. And I got this from the studio, from one of the different classes that we've had. So we're going to do the basic cake. But they have here a pineapple upside down cake, your own personal one. They have the Black Forest cake. They have a German chocolate cake. And what we are featuring are our soup mugs. Now, in the catalog, we have 2 of our soup mugs that, now this one doesn't have the seal to it because I'm going to be cooking into this particular one, but our great Crystal Wave soup mugs, I'm like, Judy, let me come close. That's what I do at my parties. Let me come close so you can see it real well. But with the soup mug, it holds 2 cups of whatever you would like to put on it. The handle that is on there is very convenient because you can be able to carry whatever that food that you're wanting to cook in here, whether it's a soup, whether it's cream of wheat, whether it's an oatmeal, or even just you want to eat some ice cream, or even have your own personal popcorn, there's a great handy handle that's over to the side. You'll find that the seal, and it is a seal, if you hear yourself or others calling it the lid, wah, 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 like Judy says, it is not a lid. These are seals. And seals are where it seals in whatever you're wanting to store, and it keeps out whatever you don't want to have in it. So these are liquid tight. Because I'm a teacher that likes to show people the functionality of products, I usually would put some water in here with the little tab that's at the top, and it's there to be able to vent the steam that you'll be able to, if you're having the seal on when you're cooking whatever it is in here, you want to have that vent tapped so it could be able to release the steam. But whenever you're ready to store, you hear that snap, you just close that little valve down and it will go, you could be able to put it in the refrigerator. You see the big tab at the end that it makes it easy for you to be able to open it very, very conveniently. Now, do you see the tab on the end of the mug as well? The best way is do not put those two together, because it will be hard to be able to open up the seal. So you want to either catty corner it to one side or the other, which will give you the easy accessibility of opening it up. You'll find that there are little feet at the bottom, and those little feet are to allow, when it's in the microwave should go completely under it and cook it from the top to the bottom to the side. Now, have you ever had someone to ask you, well, is this bowl, and they're talking about the Batcha bowl, they're talking about the Wonderlear bowl, they're talking about something, even the freezer mate, that they would ask, is this microwavable? And what I always inform them is, you'll find that everything is not microwavable safe. But if you would look on the very bottom of your bowl, this is what I say, you'll see that it will say microwave reheatable, which with our Crystal Wave soup mugs, you want to heat it at 50%, and you don't want to heat anything, of course, in this particular container, 2 minutes or more. Now, you will start the pitting, but this will not pit if you put it on the proper power, which is 50%. And then I let them know that, or you may see a container
Looks like our Vonnie froze a little. Don't we love technology, right? There she is, she's back.
You're going to show them how to make a cake. You'll be able to show them other things that they can be able to use their soup mug for. So what I did is I have a soup mug to the side, and I went on and made a cake earlier. I'm going to show it to you later. But when I put it in there without the spray, I always like to do the spray, whether this Pam or Baker's Joy. And then it allows it to fall out much more easily. So we're going to be making what this particular recipe calls for. It asks for 1 cup of cake mix. It asks for a 4th cup of water, and it asks for a small egg. Now, we always use large eggs, so I have a medium to large egg, but it still worked. Then it asks you to mix all of the ingredients together, and then you pour it into your Crystal Wave soup mug and microwave it. Now, they said for 4 minutes, but depending on the wattage on your microwave, you want to be able to microwave it to, and I'm going to put this down so you can see my table. Okay, now you want to be able to microwave your mini cake or your soup mug cake to what would fit your microwave. So 4 minutes for me was too high. I have a 1,000 watt, so I think that 4 minutes was from the microwaves in the past, or the 750 wattage. But for the 1,000 watt, I was able to cook the cake in 2 minutes. So I have a little bowl here that we had years ago. So right now we have the 4-piece Datsa bowls that are awesome. Sale all 4 for $45. Oh my goodness. So this is a 6-cup capacity. It has the seal that with the big tabs to help that individual open up the bowl very easily. And as I said before, you want to always catty corner it from the hole in the bowl so that they can be able to access it, take off the seal easily. Now, what I always like to share with my customers and I guests at a party is when you pull that tab, if it's one of the bigger bowls, run your finger all around the side of it, because a lot of people will get that seal on that container, whether it's a square, whether it's a round, or whatever the shape of it is, and they will kind of bend it backwards, allow it to pull backwards. Well, that causes the seal to stretch. And then they tell you, you know, my seal doesn't fit my bowl anymore. The seal doesn't fit my container anymore. Well, that's the reason why. So that's a tip. All right, so what we're going to do is I have our Clearly Elegant bowls, even though they don't have the minis. We have our awesome Clearly Elegant small. And so in here, they asked for 1 cup of cake mix. So we have that. Now you can use this in your Power Chef system. You can mix it in your with a whip and prep container that they have. I think is the name of it, the whip and mix. And then it asked for the 1/4 cup of water. I already measured some water in here. And the great thing with Tupperware is we have our measuring cups. Now I'm going to come over here with you. And Tupperware's measuring cups, more than any other company, and there's just a few, have 6 different types of measurements. You find that other companies only have 4. Now here's the ones they have. They have the 1/4, they have the 1/2, they have the what is it? The 1/4, the 1/2, the 1/3, and the 1 cup. Well, Tupperware has added the 2/3 and the 3/4 cup. So if ever you have a recipe that's asking for a 2/3 cup, or it's asking for a 3/4 cup, you don't have to get the 1/2 cup. You don't have to get the 1/4 cup to make the 3/4. You have the specific measurements that it's asking for. Now, I don't know if you can see with the lighting that I have in this house, but it's embossed. The measurements there, so they never go away. You can feel them and they're still there no matter how old that the containers may be. And they're beautifully designed that when you're holding it, for instance, that they've caused the handle to curve over to fit into your hand very easily. So they call it ergonomically designed. They have the little spouts that are on the pour spout areas, so that when you're pouring it, if the liquid that is inside will pour very easily without it drizzling down. So you'll find that all of these are engineered by Tupperware beautifully so that you have a fun time in the kitchen. Okay, so I measured it with one of those measuring cups, the cake mix that I had. Let me pull it down again, my camera, so that you can see the table itself. All right, and we're going to go on, and I have Tupperware's beautiful utensils that they carry, and this is the whisk. Now notice that years ago they had the wire whisk, but now we have the cookware pieces that you don't want to scratch the inside. So Tupperware said, let's go on and make sure that we can accommodate you being able to stir inside of that cookware piece or inside of your MicroPro grill or whatever you're using without causing any scratching to the Eternalware is what it's called. So we're going to pour that 1/4 cup of water. And and let me show you that. You know it, but I'm going to show it as if you didn't, because this is what you show your customers. You would show them that all of our round seals in Tupperware are liquid tight. So I always go up, and I even have my computer here, and I'll ask them, do you think that this will leak? And then I'll let them know my laptop's here, and then I'll put it over my laptop and I say it won't. So Tupperware, all of our round seals are liquid tight. Okay, now I'm going to dip it back. I know you said this woman just keeps coming back and forth. I love it. Let me put my head up, okay? So we're going to show you how, just quickly mixing the ingredients that it asks for, the water, okay, and the 1 egg. And you'll be able to use the beautiful whisk to get all of that. Now, if you have any eggs like I have, Tupperware has a silicone spatula, and there's a new design that you see here, and it's to make sure that you get everything out. It still has the point that's at the end that'll help you even get into those square type containers or even the round. It makes you sure you get every bit of that batter or whatever you're trying to mix out. And so That's why I have that to the side. The great thing that I was looking at this particular spatula, I said, now, why did they redesign the other spatula from what we had before? But the other spatula, you had to take the head off of it. But this one, the head does not have to come off. They sealed it where you don't have to worry about cleaning under it, or if you didn't realize you needed to clean, take the top of the head of that spatula off in order to be able to make sure that there's no food residuals in the mist. Then now you can be able to, you don't have to worry about that. They've taken care of it. Now, whenever you're cooking in the microwave, they always tell you never use an electric beater. I don't know if you know that, because if you do, it'll put too much air into the batter that you're cooking. And whenever you put it in the microwave, then it can spill over. So I'm going to rinse this spatula off because I had egg on it, and Judi said something which was true. You don't want to cross-contaminate, and an egg is an animal product. So I don't want to contaminate my cake mix. We want to make sure that I have everything out. So we're going to go on and pour the cake mix into our Crystal Wave soup mug. And then we're going to put it into the microwave for only 2 minutes. Isn't that awesome? 2 minutes. And the great thing with our bowls that calls it that's a bowl is I always show how whenever you're using the regular bowl that people, when they didn't have the Tupperware, then they put their fingers inside with the batter. Well, now with the ring, it's designed for you to put your hand on the outside to give you a good grip, no matter if it's the 59 cup bowl capacity or the 42 cup or the 32 cup capacity. And I'm going to just scrape this all in there. And I tell you, this spatula gets every bit of it out. I always tell the story that my grandmother, when she was, would make a food for us, or the cake mix, because she cooked for a restaurant, she would say, who wants to lick the bowl? And when we said, I want to lick the bowl, well, she scraped that bowl so good, we barely had anything to lick. So I'm going to put that in there. All right. And then we're going to go on and put our cake mix and our soup mug into the microwave. Now, what I always like to do is just kind of hit it on the table or shake it and help it to settle, because sometimes you'll find that it will, it'll have little pockets at the bottom. So you want to make sure that it's settled. Okay. So we're going to put that in the microwave for 2 minutes. Thank goodness for the express cook. And then I'm going to show you really quickly how the cake that I made earlier looked. And if any of you have seen me do videos with my grandchildren, then they all have their own little stations where they make their own little cake. And we're going to pull this over to the side where you can see. So this is our little cake. All right, so they can make up to 4 cakes with the cake mix. And I just want to show one more thing. As my microwave is loud there, I wanted to show you with the ice real quick. Now, if you have cake, you've got to have some, being out of sight. But whenever you have cake, you got to have ice cream. And I always like to show them about the ice cream scoop. And with the ice cream scoop, of course, at the parties, and the children are going to want that ice cream quickly. And mama wants to make sure, or aunt, uncle, whoever. So this is ergonomically designed with your thumb that it can fit very comfortably on the, onto the handle. It cradles on the back, whether you're left or right. It has the stainless steel that there's with the scoop. It's like a little protrusion, more than you would see in a regular scoop. But as I'm usually talking about this, I put ice in my hand and I let them know we are 98.5 degrees and we know this is going to melt. But for the sake of time, so that we can get back to Judi, I talked for a little bit to let them see that it's not yet leaking. But in this scoop, I got to dip it down and put something under it. It will show you how, I guess I have to bring it back, that you can see the liquid melting or forming from the ice. So if you can see that, and even if they can't see that so well, I pour it out into the bowl so that they can see how much liquid. So let me just show you with that I had. Can you see that it did pour? So Tupperware has awesome ice cream scoops that you don't have to heat them up. You don't have to bend it and break it, but it will last for a lifetime. Take it away, Judy.
My gosh, Vonnie Hopkins, fantastic. Wow, so many great tips, right? So you can count on us every Wednesday night for great tips and a great recipe. So Vonnie, when you shared that Clear Mates, I got so excited because today was like Christmas Day. My box came with my brand new, and I got to show it to you guys. Let me do this. My brand new Clearly Elegant. This is a brand new product that just came out from Tupperware, and it is an 8.5 cup dish and has the airtight liquid tight seal like she talked about. And look, it's the size, it's bigger than a dinner plate. Look at this, it's bigger than the dinner plate. And it's our Clearly Elegant material. First of all, let me show you this. And then it just came. I can't wait to use this. Oh my gosh, look how beautiful. You see that? Oh, look, you can see the bowls that are on sale. I love that. So I'm very excited about this piece. I can see so many possibilities. Just again, salads are going to be beautiful in this plating, doing an antipasta salad, a vegetable tray, fruit tray, and you can seal it up. Use it for charcuterie, just fantastic. So again, that's a brand new piece. This just came in, and I'm glad, Vonnie, you talked about Clearly Elegant. So it made me go grab mine and show it to you guys. So we're showing you a lot of product tonight, and your consultant asked you to come so you can see a good cooking class and see some ideas. But if you start seeing a lot of product that you have to have, I know we don't have to have, but if you have to have it, you may want to talk to your rep about joining. We do have a personal account called a preferred customer account that you can join and get all your Tupperware 25% off. And that's a fantastic product, because when it comes to things like Tupperware, that 25% discount will be fantastic for you. So love that. I also pulled out the bowl set because Vonnie was talking about that. We have a fantastic bowl set right now where you get, we'll bring these to the front so you can see those. The colors are tremendous for spring. So these colors are so beautiful. I think they'll make any kitchen come to life. They're on sale for 45% off. So it's a 4-piece set. You get it for $45 and 6, 12, 20, 6, 12, 6, 12, 28, and then 42 cup. And then the 2 sale bowls that are extra minis that you can add for $12. Look at this, just completes the entire set. So you can get all of that for under $75. So fantastic deal and beautiful. So don't miss this out. Again, as a preferred customer, you can get these 25% off. So Vonnie, I'm glad you made me think about this and grab them so everybody could see them. But back to dinner, right? My stomach, my tummy's starting to growl. It was 30 minutes in the microwave. So think about that time that you can put everything in and you're pretty much done getting it ready, right? So let's pull it out of the microwave and see how my Italian seasoned chicken, my caramel apple streusel, and my potatoes are looking. Oh, they smell delicious. Let's see. Smells delicious. So first of all, I'm so excited about this. I'm trying to think of how to show it to you. Let me go ahead and just pull off, and I'll show you this one. This is the caramel apple streusel. And you see, I don't want to tip it too much, but you can see that the apples are nice and done. Have that streusel top on it. Ooh, my chicken. How many people clap when they make dinner? Look at this. Is that not stunning? How beautiful that is? Say yes. And then my potatoes. So my potatoes are cooked very nicely. See the steam coming out? So to mash them, all I'm going to do is now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. Let me move this over so you can see. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to add a little bit of milk. This is a 1/2 cup of milk. You could use heavy cream if you wanted to do that. Sometimes I even add a spoonful of sour cream. Do you ever do that? Take your milk and then just add a spoonful of your sour cream in there. That's fantastic too. Now, the utensil that I'm using tonight, this is actually called a masher, and you will find, if you have a catalog near you, there's a whole page of our utensils, and they all run about $11, so they're very, very practical, and I know Vonnie was using one as well. I love this masher. Here, let me show you. It actually has like a scoop on it that you can lift things up, which is great. So we have a simple spoon, we have spatulas, we have the whisk like Vonnie was using. That's fantastic. Ladles, and really fantastic. All right, these potatoes look great. Now, if you like them to be mashed with no chunks, you keep mashing. If you like a little chunky, which I do on this. Now, when I'm making my turkey and stuffing, I want my potatoes very smooth, right? But with this, you're gonna see how fantastic these look. Okay, get them all mixed up, a little bit of butter in there. This is when you call the kids over. Who wants to lick the ladle? All right, here you go. My potatoes are mashed. Is that so cool? So my dinner was actually all made at the same time in one piece of Tupperware, right? And in 30 minutes. So let me show you how to plate it. So next, this is another one of our spoons. I use this one, and then our newest guy is this. Fantastic. So we're just gonna put a little bit of the potatoes. All right, that looks so yummy. And then move it over. The chicken, my goodness, I wish I had my phone. Let me grab a picture, and I'll post this as well for you, so that you can see what it looks like. So again, please join our Tupperware Studio Spring Facebook group to get all the recipes after tonight, and that way you'll have them. And I'll post Vonnie's recipe as well, and I'll post the recipes of this. So let's see, or at least I got a picture for you, right? All right, so now I'm gonna take one of the chicken and put that there, add some veggies. Again, the vegetable medley, you choose whichever you like. And so some of you will like just broccoli, some of you, I change it up. I really do. Most of the time I look to see what's on sale. Is that how you guys shop too? It's like whatever's on sale is gonna be what I'm gonna be making. And you can't go wrong with this. So tell me this meal, your side dish, your vegetables, your chicken, that is stunning, right? Just absolutely beautiful. So one more thing I want to do for you is to cut a piece of the chicken apart so that you can see that, and watch how beautifully it looks. Oh my gosh, so fantastic. And the smell of it, the seasonings, so pretty. Let's see. I'm gonna put that there. Have it in our little cutting board. Take a look at the chicken. Isn't that pretty? Vonnie, see, Vonnie and I clap. We get so excited about our food that we clap. So dinner is done in 30 minutes. Again, busy moms, busy, we're all busy, right? This is a fantastic way. You could prepare this the night before. When you come home, throw your stack cooker in the microwave, hit 30 minutes, go take your work clothes off or your volunteer clothes off, get comfy, pour a glass of wine or something, and then enjoy a dinner that was made that is healthy. It doesn't have the extra sodium, the extra calories in it. and think about the cost, the money that you will spend on fast food compared to the money you spend in your kitchen. So I hope that tonight's cooking class has been wonderful. I hope you learned some good things from it. And I hope you join us next week as well. And it'll be at 6:30 Central Time. And we will, again, always show you something fantastic to make using your Tupperware products. So thank you so much. Vonnie, thank you so much for the incredible kids dessert that we're going to treat our children to tomorrow. And again, join our Tupperware Studio Spring Facebook page, ask your rep about it. And that's where we will post the pictures and the recipes later on tonight. So thank you, everybody, for coming on. Thank you, Vonnie. We'll see you next week. Bye now.